this is your delay subroutine. We are using to just to generate a delay. Here we are using register R2, R3, R4, and we are loading some value to that, and then we will decrement these values and use this in the loop to generate the delay. So this is a decrement jump. If not 0, R4, comma dollar is your conditional byte jump. Here also we have used conditional byte jump. Okay. So in this program we have shown conditional bit jump, conditional byte jump, conditional call, and unconditional jump. So this is the program. It's an example just to show this kind of jump inductions. Okay. So now we'll see how it is working. First I will add this file. Now build target. Okay. Now go to debug. Okay. So remember, but it will, if P 1.0 is high, it will continuously remain in this loop. So what we will do, P 1.0 will make it low. This is your port 1, 1.0 will make it low. Okay. And second condition is it AA means port 0 should be AA. Port 0 should be AA. So port 0 will make AA. Okay. Now we will run this program. Can you see this port 2? It has started counting. You see at the port 2. This is your port 2. So it has started counting. So using this conditional jumps instruction, we have set up a counter. Okay. So what will happen if either of these two instruction is these two condition is not satisfied? We will see that. So we'll make P 1.0 high. We'll make P 1.0 high. We'll come back. Okay, now P 1.0 is high. Now we will run this program. See, it has stuck at this instruction. You can see this green. Green is here. It means it is executing only this instruction. It has stuck at this instruction. So it will continuously execute this instruction until P 1.0 is high. If we make it low, then only it will go to next. Okay. So now we see. Now we will see second condition. So we will make it low so that it should go to next loop. Next loop is this one, and in this loop, it will not start counting unless port 0 is AA. So we will keep port 0 as FM. We will not make it AA. Now we'll see. I will run it. Just see. So after executing this two instruction, you can see 28, 29. It is going to 33 directly, and 33 is written. So it will continuously will stay in this loop. Okay. So port 2 is now not counting. So it should be A. See, now port 2 has started counting. Okay. So this is your experiment number 5. It's a small program has been written just to show the different jump instruction: conditional jump, conditional bit jump, conditional byte jump, and unconditional call. Now will anybody is having any doubt in this experiment number 5? If not, then we'll go to experiment number 6. We'll go to experiment number 6. Just a second, I'll show the window. Your experiment number 6 is conversion. It has 5 programs. 6.1 is BCD to ASCII converter, then ASCII to decimal converter, then decimal to ASCII converter, then hexadecimal to decimal converter, and then decimal to hexadecimal converter. So in this PPT, I will explain you the logic or how these programs are working. I will explain 3 programs, and remaining 2 you will understand easily after looking at the codes written. Okay. So first is your BCD to ASCII conversion. So in this program, the program which is there in manual, we have taken number 29. 29 as a fact BCD number. So how we'll do this? It's 29. First we will take the lower nibble, this 9. And to make higher nibble 0, what we will do? We will perform AND logic with 0 FH. We will perform AND logic with 0 FH. See here, this is your number 2 and 9, and this is 0F. And if we perform AND logic, because these all are 0, this all become 0, and this all are 1, so same number will come here. It is 0, 9. So first we perform AND with 0F. This 2, 9 will become 0, 9. Then we will add 30. We will add 30 to this number. Okay, this is now 3, 9. Now for higher nibble, again we will perform AND, this time with F0. We will perform of AND of 2, 9 with F0. What will happen? This 9 will become 0. Okay, similar to this, now we have 2, 0, and we will add just to, now we will rotate it 4 times to the right, so that this 2 will come to lower nibble. Just see. So I have shown here, after first rotation, this 1 will come here. After second rotation, it will go here. The third rotation, it will go here, and after fourth, it is here. Now this 2, 0 has become 0, 2. 2, 0 has become, this is 2, 0. It has become now 0 and 2. 0 and 2. Okay. Now again we will add 30. We will add 30. It will become 32. Now this 9 has become 39, 2 has become 32, and your final answer is 3239. This is your conversion of BCD to ASCII. Okay. Next is your conversion of hexadecimal to decimal. So let's say in your manual, the example they have taken FF. FF is 255. So I will show you how it is working in decimal. In actually, the program is written for hexadecimal, and the Kill software do all the calculation in hexadecimal. Just to explain you, instead of FF, I will write 255, so that you can easily understand. Okay. So the number is 255, which we have to convert to decimal. So answer should be, our answer should be 255. So how it is working? First it will divide by 10. 255 divided by 10. The answer is 25, and remainder is 5. Okay. 25 into 10, it is 250. 255 minus 250, it is, remainder is 5. Now again we will divide this 25 with 10. Answer is 2, and understand? Again we divided it by 2. Divided by 10. Answer is 2. Remainder is 5. Okay. Now this 2 is less than 10, so we don't need to divide. So this 2 will take directly. So your answer is 255. 255. So if we see hexadecimal, we will start with FF and we'll divide it by A. The answer will come 25 in hexadecimal. Again, we will divide by A. 2 will come here 55 and this 255 will come as a your answer. So I will show you in Keen software. Maybe we will go to Keen software. Okay. Uh, see first. Okay. Okay, so experiment number 5 we already have seen. We will see now experiment number 6. 6.1. This is your BCD to ASCII. Just now I already explained the number we have started with 29 and first we stored this 29 to somewhere in register R2 and then we AND logic of 29 with 0F. After 0F the A will become, after AND logic and performing AND logic with 0F, A will become 09. Then we will add 30 using OR logic. Now 39. Now we'll save this number in R6. Okay, the original number we have saved in R2. So we'll again move that number from R2 to A and perform AND logic again with F0. Now the number will become 20. Now we'll do 4 time right rotation. The number will become 02 and again OR logic with 30. Again OR logic with 30. So it will become 3 2. So this we will move to R2 and one number 32 we will see in port 1 and another number 39 we will see in port 2. Okay, so I will just show you. 1 target. Okay. So we are using port 1 and port 2. I will close port 0, port 1 and port 2. Okay, so we go step by step. Okay, now A is 29. We have saved A, our value, original value in R2. Now A is 09. After AND logic with 0F, A is 09. And after OR logic with 30, A is 39. This 39 we saved in R6. Now again we have moved our original number from R2 to A, 29. Now A is 29. After AND logic with F0, A is 20. After one rotation, A is 10. After second rotation, A is 08. Now 4. Now 2. Now A is 02. Again we will do OR logic with 30. A is 32. A is 32. This 32 will save in R2. Now port 1 is 32 and port 2 is 39. So this is our ASCII number. We can see output in port 1 and port 2. Okay. Now we'll see 6.2. 6.2 is your ASCII to decimal. ASCII to decimal conversion. So we have taken this number 4 and 7. So this is how we write ASCII in this ALP. 4 and 7. So similar thing we are doing here. First we'll move this our number 4 to accumulator. perform AND logic with 0f, what will happen? Now lower nibble will remain same, higher nibble will become 0, and we'll save this number to R5. Now second number will move from R6 to A. This is 7 from R6 to A. Again we'll perform AND logic with 0f and save this number to R6. Okay. Now this number R5 we of the previous AND logic, output of previous AND logic, will again back to A and rotate left A 4 times. So again left A four times, so that it will become higher nibble. If you rotate left A 4 times, this 4 will become 4, 0 4 will become 4 0. Okay. Now we will perform AND logic of A and R6. R6 is this one and A of R6. So this 4 0 4 with 0 7. So output will be 4 7 like that. And we will see output at port 1. Okay. Okay, now we'll see. If you see it running, then you will understand. 6.2 rows. Target. So we need only port 1. Port 1. So I will run it. Okay. Now see, R5 is 34, which is a hexadecimal of 4 ASCII number. R6 is 37, which is hexadecimal of 7 ASCII number. Now we have moved our 34 to A. We have moved our 34 first number to A, and we perform AND logic with 0f. What will become? It will become 0 4. Okay, it has become 0 4, and we'll save this number again to R5. We'll save this number again to R5. Now second number 37 we have moved to A, and again perform AND logic with 0f. It will become 0 7, and we'll save this number to R6. Okay, now we have 0 4 and 0 7, but we have to add 4 0 with 0 7. So to make 0 4 to 4 0, we'll rotate it left 4 times. Okay, you just see here accumulator how it will change after each rotation. Now it is 0 4, now 0 8, now it is 1 0, now 2 0, now it is 4 0. After 4 rotation it has become 4 0. Now we'll perform OR logic with 0 7. It has become 4 7. Okay, this is our output. We will show output at port 1. You see here port 1, it is now 4 7. Okay, this is your ASCII to decimal conversion. Now you see third one. Third one is decimal to ASCII. Okay, so here we will convert 10 numbers. Okay, so the counter here we will set as 0A, 10 numbers. We'll convert 10 numbers, and we will store those numbers. We'll take input from starting from memory location 40H, and we'll start storing those numbers from memory location 50H. So this is your program. First we will read number, and we'll load the counter R2 with 0A, So first we'll move our first number from location R0 at the rate R0. Here we have moved our 40H to R0. Okay. At the rate R0 we'll move and we'll perform OR logic with 30. Very simple. We just have to perform OR logic with 30. And then again move this number at the rate R1. R1 contains 50H. Okay. Now we'll increment R1, R0 and R1 just to jump to next memory location. Decrement R2 to decrease our counter. Okay, and then move this up number to R1. Yes, is it? Okay. So this is the only problem. Just thing is we have to add 30. Okay. Now I will run it. You just see what is working at 5, 6.3. Target. Okay. So we will use port 1 and memory. So I will open memory into memory 1. Starting from 40 to 4A, you have to give 10 numbers. So I will give 10 numbers here. Okay. So I have given 10 numbers starting from location 40. So we'll see it now. R node loaded with 40, which is our memory location, address of memory location from where we will read the number. R2 loaded with R1 loaded with 50, address of memory location where we will store the numbers after conversion. Now R2 loaded with 0A, which is our counter. Now move at the rate R A comma at the rate R0. So A is loaded with 1, our first number. Load or with 30, with A has become 31. A move to at the rate R1. A move to at the rate R1 at location 50 here. Now increment R0 R1, decrement our counter, and now move next, which is 02. A is now 02. Convert into decimal, it is 32. Convert into ASCII, it is 32. Move 32 to at location 51. So like that, we will do it 10 times. Okay, now last number is 0A. It has moved 0A to A, convert into ASCII 3A, move at location 59. Decrement counter, now counter is 0, so it will move to next. Now again so now we will show this 10 numbers at port 1. Okay, we will show this 10 number at port 1. So we have again loaded the counter with 10, and one by one we will read the number from memory location starting from 50, and we'll show this output at port 1. Okay, you just see at port 1. So first more number has been loaded to A, and you just see at port 1 it is 31. Now 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 7, 38, 39, and 38. Okay, this is your decimal to ASCII conversion. .4 is hexadecimal to decimal converter. This one I just now have shown. All we'll do, we'll take number, divide by 10, we'll store the remainder somewhere. Again, the output we will divide it by 10. Again, we'll store the number of remainder somewhere. And if it is less than 10, then it will become MSB, and then output is 255. Okay. So we'll see. So this is your program. Very small and easy program. First, we load the number with A. We load the A with number. We'll show this A at port 1. Port 1 back to A. Divide by 10. We load B with 10. Now divide by 10. Remainder in B, we'll store that remainder in R7. Again divide by 10. And we'll store remainder in R6. And these 2 will remain in A. These 2 answer will remain in A. We'll move into R5. Then R5, R6, R7 is your output. Okay. So let's see what is working. 6.4. Okay. Memory we are not using. Okay. So the input we will give at port 1. Input, the number which you want to move, we will give at port 1. So we are giving FF at port 1. So A we loaded with FF, B loaded with 10, 0A. Now it will divide A by 10. Answer is 19 hexadecimal, which is 25 in decimal. Okay. So it is divide 255 at 10. Answer is 25. Remainder is 5. Here answer is 19 in hexadecimal. Remainder in B it is 5. Now this remainder we will store somewhere. So we have stored in R7. Again we will load B with 10 and divide A by 10. Now answer is 2 and remainder is again 5. Answer is 2, remainder is 5. So this remainder again will store in register R6 and answer 2 we will store in register R2. Now our answer is R5, R6 and R7, which is 255. This is our decimal of FF. Decimal of FF. Okay. Next is 6.5, which is your decimal to hexadecimal conversion. Let's see how it is working. So number which we have taken your program is 251. 251 decimal number. So how will perform? First we'll divide it by 2. So basically we are converging into binary number, and your microcontroller will save this binary number as a hexadecimal by default. Okay. So this 251, first we will divide by 2. Answer is 125 and remainder is, so if we divide any number by 2, remainder can be either 0 or 1. Okay, so remainder is 1. So we will store remainder somewhere. Next, again we will divide this 125 by 2. Answer is 162 and remainder is 1, 0, 0, 1. So what we will do one rotate left of this 0, 0, 1, 0. We will do rotate left and we will do OR, we will perform OR with the previous remainder. So answer would be 0, 0, 1, 1. It is 0, 0, 1 and 0, 0, 1, 0. If we do OR of these two, this is 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So answer is 0, 0, 1, 1. Again we will divide this 62 by 2. Answer is 3, 1. Remainder is 0. but we'll do the same logic. We'll rotate it left and over with the previous remainder, and it is 0 0 1 1 because it is 0, so same answer will come. Now again we will divide this 31 by 2. Answer is 15. Remainder is 1. We rotate it left and we'll do perform or with the previous value. Now if we rotate it, so here we have to rotate it 1 time, here we have to rotate it 2 times, and here we have to rotate it 3 times. We rotate it 3 times, it will become 1 0 0. So and we will perform or with this one, it will become 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 1. And now this 15 is less than 16, right? So it is there is no need to divide by 2 again because it is a hexadecimal number f. It is a hexadecimal number f, and 1011 it is hexadecimal number b. So your answer is FB. FB. Okay. Now see program. So I will target debug. Now we done it step by step. R302, R400. So your number is 251. So we have not written H here. We have not written H after 251. It means it is a decimal number. But because microcontroller work only in hexadecimal, it will convert into hexadecimal and it save it in A. So it will save FB in A. It has moved FB. It is a 251 decimal number. Okay. Now B will move 2 to B because we have to divide by 2. 2. We will clear the carry. If any carry is there from previous calculation, we have to clear that. Divide A by B. Okay. Now accumulator will be having answer, B will be having remainder. So this answer will store in R5. This remainder will move to A, and we will do OR logic with R4. Okay. We have to perform OR logic with R4 and then move this A to R4. So that for next division we will again do OR logic with the remainder. So this is how. Now again we'll move 2 to B and divide. We'll move R5 with A because result of previous division we saved in R5. Again we'll move R5 to A. So result of previous division was 7D, which we have saved in R5. So we will move 7D to A. Now B is 2, A is 7D. Again we will divide. We'll divide it again. Now answer is 3E, remainder is 1. This remainder 1 we will move to A and rotate it left 1 time. We rotate it left 1 time and perform OR logic with the previous remainder. We perform OR logic with the previous remainder which we have stored in R4. R4 is 1. Okay. So A perform left, it become 2. OR logic with the previous remainder, A has become 3. Now we will store this 3 again in R4. Okay. Now again move B with 2. Result of previous remainder, previous division will store in, will move in A. Again division by 2. A is 3E. Again division, A has become 1F. Now remainder is 0. See, after this division, 62 by 2, remainder was 0. Now remainder is 0. But for this particular example, remainder is 0, which we don't know. If we take some other value, there can be a remainder. So we'll again do 2 times rotate left. Here, this 2 times rotate left. We rotate it 2 times. it is 0, it will remain 0, and we'll perform OR logic with previous remainder, which we stored in R4, which was 3. Now A has become 3, and again we will store this value in R4. Now again we will divide one more time. Now the number is 1F, which is 31. Okay, and we'll divide A by B. So A is 0F. A is 0F, our 15, and remainder is 1. So this remainder we will store in A and rotate left 3 times. So this 0 1 will become 1 0 0 0 8. It has become 8, and we will perform OR logic with the previous remainders. This has become B. Okay, this we will store in R4. Now the output is 0F. We have moved in A. We'll swap it. 0F become F0, and we perform OR logic with R4. The answer is FB. We will show this answer in port 1. Port 1 is FB. Port 1 is FB. Okay. So this is your program for decimal to hexadecimal conversion. Just a second, I will note down the attendance. Yeah. So will anybody have any